This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy. Never, never, ever trust thy enemy. For like as iron rust, so is his wickedness. So the process of rusting of a metal never stops. It's continuous. So is the wickedness, okay, of thy enemy. And who is thy enemy? Okay? Thy enemy is the wicked, okay? Starting with Edom, Esau, okay? Though he may humble himself, appear to, in appearance, and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wipeth a looking glass. So when you apply wisdom, you can see right through the holes of the wicked. Okay, the scriptures say, for we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. All right. And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by the least when he hath overthrown thee. And that's what he's continuously always seeking to do, overthrow. Okay, the wicked, that is. He stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take the seat. And yes, and this is not just applying to a nation of people. This is applying to all mannerism of wickedness. Like, you know, those best friends that'll snake you for your girl. Okay, that type. This is applying to all levels of wickedness. Okay, from the least to the greatest. Least he seek to take the seat and throw and though at the least remember Salakia, and though at the last remember my words. Okay, once again, this is Sirach. Okay, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? So if you go around and you continuously involve yourself with that situation that you're aware of, well, when the serpent jumps up and strikes you, it's on you. Once again, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Once again, you put yourself in situations that you are not, then hey, you got to take what comes with it. Okay? Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied in Ruwell for the hopeful 144 and one third of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanai, and this will be titled, Jacob is in major trouble. Okay? The writing is on the wall. Um, Never forget the Zaquan, the elder apostle Tahar, deemed this the year of Jacob's hopeful trouble. I've been saying since January, Yahweh Basmi Al Shai brought this year in swinging, and it ain't even over, and it's still swinging. Okay, so we gonna get it. All right. I don't want Ratazah. I pray that this be Lord willing. I pray that this be edifying to the body. All right. So what you're looking at is why I started off with Sirach 12 and 10. This is the enemy. Look at that World Economic Forum. This is the enemy that you so-called Jakes went and put your vote in for, which we're not supposed to do. All right, but you went and put your vote in for. You put your trust in for. You're willing to choose a side for this the enemy. Okay, and it's gonna be repercussions for doing that. All right, it's gonna be judgment due for your actions. Because once again, you trusted the serpent, so the serpent's gonna bite you. That's why I brought out that Sirach 12, 10 through 13. All right, let's get it. This is the book of Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, war, destruction, chaos to the inhabitations of the earth, all of the earth, and of the sea. For the devil, and who is the devil? Who is that serpent? Edom, Esau. Okay, not a red creature with horns. No, the physical man, Edom, Esau. Okay, Trump's people, Nero's people, and Putin, all of them. The devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Okay, so this is the end. The scriptures tell us more than once. For Esau is the end of this world. That world goes into eon. It's a time. It's a kingdom. It's a rulership period. And Jacob is that followeth, or that the beginning. Roughly paragraphing, paraphrasing, Salakia, paraphrasing. Okay, and that can be found in Second Esdras. Was that 6? And if not 6:15, but I mean that's what it says. It tells us. Okay, so this is the end. So this is the way uh Esau's gonna go out. Remember, his blessing is the sword, so he's gonna go out mad swinging that sword because that's all he knows. Okay, that's all he knows. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9. The things that have been, it is that which shall be. So we go on a loop, and I'm gonna hurry up and say this. I remember the early 2000s, gang banging. I wasn't in the truth, gang banging, thinking, man, I'll never be afraid of no goddamn white man. How could they be afraid of the Ku Klux Klan? We out here, like Kumo D said, I never had to run from a Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. Like he said that part. We out here destroying each other. We ain't worried about what they doing. Now, once again, let me read this, because this is what this lesson is going to. Ecclesiastes, verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The things that have been. So the past, those things in the past, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is none new thing. There is no new thing under the sun. Okay, so even though you see this technology taking forth and whatnot, we don't know. And back in the ancient times, how they was able to levitate those stones for the pyramids and whatnot. The technology that went into that. There's been a lot of tennis shoes popping up that look like Adidas and whatnot. And I'm talking about artifacts. Okay, so the Lord is not a man that he can lie. This is true. So, but this is pertaining to our current time. That the reason why I brought that up. So let me get this. Look what I researched. Ku Klux Klan, 1924. And the only reason I googled it because it's 2024, and oh how things are coming back around. Is that the one I wanted? It might have just been this first one. Okay, Ku Klux Klan in Indiana. The Ku Klux Klan rose to prominency in Indiana politics and security after World War One. It was made up of native-born white protagon, prot, Protestants of many income and social levels. Okay, in the changing world of the 1920s, the group was against Catholics, Jews. Okay, yeah, they're gonna say that, but here is who they was against: African Americans. Okay, you so-called Judah, the head tribe of Yasharallah. That's who they was after, and then they was after the northern tribe too. Okay, come on, because they considered us the same people, which we are. Okay, all right. So, all right, here. This is what got me right here. It's in importance peaked in 1924, which I had no idea. I was just looking up the year. Election of Edward Jackson for governor of Indiana. Okay. A short time later, the scandal that surrounded D.C. Uh, Stevenson destroyed the image of the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, so they're going to try to play it down, but it tells you in more description the members that took part in it. It said up to 70%, anywhere from 50 to 70% of the males uh of this state, which I was born in, okay, partook in the Klan. Okay, so the reason I brought that to your attention, because once again I was just doing a little research, just wanted to hit on a little. Just kind of wanted to make a joke out of it. I said 2024. So what was they doing in 1924? All right, well obviously. Now let's get this. Fair use copyright. This is 107 fair use copyright. I'm not selling any products, it's strictly educational purposes. Let's get this. Now remember, I just got through reading Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Nothing new under the sun. It's gonna come all the way back to full circle. Bingo.
And hundreds of residents in northwest Indiana woke up to find KKK flyers papered across their lawns, their doorsteps, and their cars. The Trinity White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan have claimed responsibility for the flyers, saying they're merely informative. The flyers advise undocumented immigrants to leave the country before Inauguration Day or face deportation. The flyers were distributed in Valparaiso, Michigan City, South Bend, and several other Indiana communities, including outside of Indianapolis.
Okay. Now
And
we know who that's aimed to. First of all, when I read that article, it said that they was against the Catholic. How could they be against Catholic? They are Catholic, motherfucker. It's your people. All right, now the Jewish people, I kind of supposedly get that part because whatever, but they still Edom. That's just Edom on Edom. You know what I mean? The Egyptian versus the Egyptian. But hey, they saved the best for last. They said you African Americans. That's who their true target is. Judah and the rest of the 12 tribes, all of Yasharallah. Okay? Don't you ever forget. All right? So that's this one part. We just warming up. Yahweh Bashmi Shah Adawan Ratazah, just be edifying to the body. This is the book of Micah 2, starting at verse 1. Woe to them that deviseth iniquity, wickedness, and work evil, bad times upon their beds. Okay, imagine it, dream it. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. How is it in the power of their hand? By the stroke of the pen, and by the so-called military complex to back up that stroke of the pen. Okay, why? Because Job 9 and 24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. The Wadi Yahabashmi Shah, only temporary, for real. Okay, verse 2, Micah 2 and 2. And they covered fields, and they take them by what? Love, by peace, by asking, by buying, by sharing, no, by violence. From when? From the beginning to this day. From since Alexander the Greek, who you call Alexander the Great, came into the reign and evils increased, okay, to this very day. All right? And houses, and take them away so that they oppress a man, definitely, and his house, okay, and even a man and his heritage, so all his family, all his possession, okay, that's their bloodthirst people. All right, okay, now here we go. This is Revelations 13 and 11. And behold, another beast came up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. And let's get this straight: that is spiritual Babylon, and those two horns are your so-called Republican and Democrat. Back in Rome, it was the prescriptions and palladiums. Okay, the so-called choice that you had when you never had a choice. When it's all just a deception. Okay, it's all a deception. Now listen to this. And behold, another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake like a dragon. And now dragon goes into draconian law, which goes into Draco from Athens, a harsh ruler. Okay, if you jaywalked, you may have got your head chopped off or hung. All right, literally harsh measurements for all crime. Okay, now that dragon is speaking today loud and clear. And I'm about to get you an example right now.
2020, Pete Hegseth, who is Donald Trump's pick for defense secretary, has been getting a lot of attention throughout the week because of the accusations against him of sexual assault. And more details have been coming out throughout the week. But there is another reason that you should be very worried about this guy holding the particular office that he's nominated for. He wrote in his book, American Crusade, back in 2020, that he could imagine a situation in which the military needs to use deadly violence against the American people. He wrote that in the event of a Democratic election victory in the US, there would be a, quote, national divorce in which, quote, the military and police, both bastions of freedom-loving patriots, will be forced to make a choice and, quote, yes, there will be some form of civil war. Now, of course, the Democrats did win in 2020. There was not a national divorce. The military did not begin firing on the American people, thankfully. But he assumed it would be the case. Now, he did at least say it's a horrific scenario. Right-wingers don't.
Now, I'm pausing this. I want you to keep in mind, this is a politician. He gets paid to stand on the podium, tax money out of your taxes, to speak these hateful words, okay? Also, once again, this is DJ Trump, aka Nero, in the reincarnation, back in the slot. This is his pick for a cabinet office. So Jake, you fucking African Americans, so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. Also, you speckled birds that look like the other nation. Your father goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who wanted to go out there and throw a hissy fit and march and parade and couldn't wait to go stand in line to vote for the greater two evils. Also, both of those people are just puppets. Also, it's set up. It's the appointed time for this man to come down. Okay, it's just Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will, whoever's in office. All right.
Always add that when they fantasize about a civil war, and says nobody wants that, but it would be difficult to avoid. I disagree. I think there are a few things easier than not splitting the country in two and killing people you disagree with. But he also went on in the book to say, so basically he was trying to advise and encourage conservatives to undertake a, quote, American crusade, literally the name of the book, to, quote, mock, humiliate, intimidate, and crush our leftist opponents, to, quote, attack first in response to a left he identifies with sedition, his word. And he writes that the book, quote, lays out the strategy we must employ in order to defeat America's internal enemies. And that sort of language he just uses constantly throughout the book. He describes leftists, progressives, and Democrats as enemies of freedom, the US Constitution, and America, and counts Israel among the international allies who can help defeat such domestic enemies. So enemies, domestic enemies, the enemy from within, all of that stuff. He goes on to say—
Hold on. Before you go any further, we've got to pause there. Did you catch what he just said? That we—
Hey, he just said that, and I'm with Jake. He just said that we're gonna bring in IDF, Israeli soldiers, to police the Democrats or whatever they deem to be a Democrat, or going against their religious ideologically, their version of Christianity. Okay, they're going to. That's how they're going to handle it. Now, no matter how many of you so-called Jakes claim that you voted for the Republicans, that's not how they're going to identify you when they're swinging that sword. Okay, all right. So let's get it. So yeah, they want to bring in IDF soldiers, the same IDF that's getting their ass whooped overseas in their own backyard. Some of them over here to help, which we already know. This is where we're about to get right now. Then I'll do more talking. Enough right now, though. Let the scriptures back it up. Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, behold, I will rise up against Babylon, that is spiritual Babylon, over here in United Snakes of America, okay? And against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me. And that's all they do. That's all they do. Once again, they're that wine that they've caused the world to sip on, which is their wicked politics, their wicked politics, okay? I can't think of another word. The way that their mannerisms, all right? What they say is good and what they say is evil, okay? Oh yeah, you could be a one, two, three and get married, but a man can't have more than one wife. That's wicked. Okay, okay. That this start there. All right, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. Okay, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in that day of trouble. And what trouble is it? I already said Jacob is in major trouble because we're going to get that out of Ratazah. That's that day of trouble. For the whole world was starting where? At the house of Yasharallah. Okay? The house, meaning our family. They shall be against her around about. Okay, now let's get that fanner so you don't understand. So he's not just talking about wind coming in from different angles. No, this is I believe it's NIV. Okay, NLT. Foreigners, the fanners, foreigners, once again, the fanners will come and window her, blowing her away with as shaft. Okay, they will come from every side to rise against her in her day of trouble. Okay, so I like this. Okay, NIV. I will send foreigners to Babylon, spiritual Babylon, to window her and to devastate her land, okay? Not to bring peace, to devastate her land, not to bring order out of chaos, no, not to clean up the chaos, to devastate her land. They will oppose, they will oppose her on every side in the day of her disaster. I love that, okay? Like, how about Shem Yahushua is not holding back, all right? Now, what's this going to lead to? Let's get it. This is the book of Second Esdras 15, starting at verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Okay? I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this is spiritual Egypt, where we are now. Majority of our people, because we are scattered to the four corners of the earth, but majority of our people, the northern and southern tribe, are over here in spiritual Babylon, serving out this last captivity. Okay? But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stiff and a stretched out arm, okay? And that's his power, his might, and smite Egypt with plagues, okay? And those plagues include those ICBMs and famine, you name it, wild beasts, and Esau swinging that sword, okay? And Jay gonna do his thing too. He gonna be wild and reckless, the 2/3, and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay? And now I'm going to skip down to 14. Woe to the earth. Where have we heard? Woe to the world. Didn't we hear that earlier? Revelations 12. Same speak right here. And that was John the Revelator. This is Esdras. Okay? Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay? For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, near, close. Right now, you see it. Now you see it. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, and what are the modern day swords? Guns. Okay, you name it, still swords, but guns and all kind of mannerisms. Okay, but I'm just talking about with the common man. All right, and now you got your so-called switches. You've been having automatic rifles, but all kind of the drones. Okay, for there shall be sedition amongst men. Now, sedition is not just your average uproar or your average riot. Sedition is actually going toe to toe with the government, such as supposedly the little tidbit of that January 6th, about 2 years ago, okay, or 3 years ago, however long. That was just a tidbit. That's sedition. It's more than this people gang banging or are fighting or rioting. No, this is going directly saying we're going to oppose the government. All right, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and that's where the sedition comes in. And who are the king and princes? The politicians, the governors, the mayors, okay, the senators, the people telling you in the sheep clothing, the wolves in the sheep clothing. No more regarding them. Their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, a man shall desire to go into another city and shall not be able. Why? Martial law? Martial law. That's simple. Okay? The troops, the goober troops, the sleeper cells. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword, and spoil their goods. Ravish, pill, go right through take anything they want, including your wife, including your child, and hell, maybe you too, man. Yeah, you too, man. Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. Okay? So once again, this has not happened. This is prophecy. This is what's on the horizon, okay? This is the book of Salakia. This is the book of Jeremiah 30. And oh yeah, this is named. Jacob is in major trouble. So let's get it. 30 and 6. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loin. Okay, so if a man's not capable of getting pregnant, why you bent over? Why you bent over in the pain of a woman that is her water's broken and she's having those labor pains? Why? Okay, as a woman that travaileth, and all faces are turned into paleness, frightened, terrified, stiff, can't move, no ability to move your muscles. Arise, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And once again, Yahweh Shai has not been slacking on what he gave, what he anointed Elder Apostle Tahar to warn us. This is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. This year is not over, and it's coming in every so. Man, I'm hearing gunshots. Have you ever seen Back to the Future 2 when Marty goes to that neighborhood, to his old neighborhood, and it's just total chaos, and Biff is running the world? To get a chance, you Google that scene, and you see them riding by machine guns and whatnot. He's like, what happened? Yeah, okay. Okay, it is the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who is he? The election. And that's what we are on this side. We are the hopeful election, begging, praying, fearing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that we be of that election. Okay, the 1/3 and the 144, the 144,000 and the 1/3. Okay, I'm gonna give a little warning right here. This is additions to Esther on this app is chapter 5, but in the actual apocrypha is chapter 15. Okay. Queen additions to Esther, either if you got the apocrypha chapter 14 or if you got this app 5. Verse 1. Queen Esther also being in fear of death re re restored. No. Come on now. Okay, I got it. Queen Esther also being in fear of death resorted unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, she turned to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. and laid away her glorious apparel, Queen Esther, okay, beautiful, stunning Queen Esther, laid away her glorious apparel and put on garments of anguish and mourning. Because remember, it's better to be in the house of mourning than mirth, celebrating, and definitely in this time. And instead of precious ointments, ornaments, like her, her fine jewelry, she covered her head with ash and dung, and she humbled her body greatly, and all the place of her joy, all the places of her joy filled with her torn hair. Okay, and she prayed unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Allah power of Yasharallah, saying, "Oh, my Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, thou only art our King. Our King is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's right. Help me. Um, help me, desolate woman, which have no helper but thee." Okay? Listen, she just said it point blank. There is no help for Jacob, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, from what's coming, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? I just wanted to bring that point. Now, listen to this. Isaiah 41 and 14. Fear not, thou worm. What is a worm? A defenseless help. What did Queen Esther just say? We don't have no help but you. The only thing that can save us in this moment is you, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay. Fear not, thy worm, Jacob, and ye man of Yasharallah. I will help thee, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Yasharallah. Okay? And I pray that this has been edifying. Thank you for bearing with me. This is Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is a strong tower. Okay? The righteous runneth into it and is safe. All right? Okay? Once again, this has been Jacob is in major trouble. And if you don't know, you're in more trouble. For real, because it's here. It's here. With that, I pray that this was edifying. Shalom.